with the new Kevin Smith movie, I wanted to do a couple reviews. So the second review I wanted to do was Volume 2 of Quick Stops. This actually just released. Quick Stops, if you don't know, this is a comic series published by Dark Horse that are written by Kevin Smith and a few other writers. And they're just goofy stories in the Clerks universe. Or the View Askew universe, I guess. But really, it's only about like Jay and Silent Bob and Dante and Randall. So this one, I did not like as much as Volume 1. Volume 1 had like individual fun stories that I thought were goofy and had some that fun, charming dialogue. That stuff you like to see with Dante and Randall and those characters and things like that. Reading this, despite how this cover makes it look, it's not really that fun. It takes a fun turn. Spoilers for this comic. Essentially, the comic starts off, and it's just one story throughout the comic instead of multiple, which is kind of like eh. But this character goes to interview the creator of movies, like who designed the cow, right? And so they go there to talk to her about it. And she's like, okay, let me tell you the story. And it's very dark. Essentially, like, I was reading this at work, and I felt dirty reading this at work. I'm like, I'm glad no one's here right now, because I would be in trouble. I joke a little bit, but, so this comic, it starts off, and she starts telling a story about how she had threesome and involved murder. And that's the thing, the story starts off simple enough. They design this cow, and they're having sex, which is like a weird way to start the story. But then it turns into like, oh, we're having threesomes. And then it turns into murder, and then she kidnaps people. And then Jay and Silent Bob essentially help save the fucking day at the end of the book. It's just, in a way, I guess, it's funny, and I had some entertainment value with it, right? But I felt like it was like one story that went on too long. Maybe could have been trimmed down just a little bit. Like for the most part, I couldn't. For a while, I was having a hard time even understand what they were going for. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh, that's what you're going for. Maybe we could trim some of this fat down a little bit. It just felt like, oh, and it's called Quick Stops. Like you want multiple stories instead we just get one really long story. I don't know. If they do a volume 3, of course I'll read it because I love Kevin Smith and I think these are fun. And it just felt a little bit weird though. I don't know. I recommend it if you're a Kevin Smith fan. It's worth at least one read. Volume 1 was better though.